Spider-Man 2. Like the HUDs, what suits should be in the game and all that. Like, the villains, the backstory. Not try to give much to Telltale, because if that actually does happen, which it shouldn't, then yeah, it would kind of just ruin the experience, if you know what I mean. Like, whoa. Because Marvel Spider-Man 2, they're gonna make like 3 more games, Marvel Spider-Man 2, 3 and 4. So look out for them in the mid future. Right now we're focusing on Marvel Spider-Man. Then you might need to focus on Marvel Spider-Man, no, Spider-Man in the Spider-Verse 2, because it has a teaser which is red, like blue and white and all that. So yeah. But there's one thing I haven't talked about, which mostly people know. It's the suit. What could this suit look like in the second game? Now, customization is available, but I want to see something pretty good. I'm not that famous of a streamer. I just stream this for you guys, because I'm usually just mostly bored. I have nothing to do, so yeah. It would feel good to swing in this city with like an upgraded version of the armor that he's wearing, that he calls. So there was a couple of concepts back from probably a couple of years ago, which kind of showed like the suit, the design of the suit and all that. And they had a couple of little concepts. They had quite a lot of concepts actually. Think about it. So yeah, I'm the only one that probably thinks it's popular. Okay, so there's quite a lot of concept designs, like if maybe we can get like a Ben Reilly, like, because originally it was red and black, and yeah. Okay, now what this guy's done, he's made 5 concepts for Spider-Man, and I think these can go good because they have a white spider. Okay, so the first one is a black spider, white eyes but with the black outlines, and it has like a little bit of silver down the knees, down the legs and the arms, so that would be pretty cool. It's the same design as that, although they'll have smaller eyes, a black outline and a white spider, and that's a little bit shorter and there's more white into it. Next one would actually make a good Miles concept, but not much at the same time. Has red eyes without the outlines, and it's mostly black with a little bit of red and loads of red in the arms. Next is one with white. They have the eyes right in this one. There's a longer spider emblem for white, and it has loads of black. And then there's a Superior Spider-Man one, which really wouldn't work much in my opinion. So yeah. There's loads of suits we can go over. So yeah, look, let's get into the main concepts. Okay, so the first concept, I'm going to look at it on my phone, and I'm also going to look at the final suit. So, I'm going to try find the differences.
Hello?
The eyes, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Right, just a second. The eyes were a little bit different, they were a little bit bigger, and the webbing on the mask was a little bit less detailed. It was kind of like zoomed in. It had way more splitting up between the red and blue with white outlines around it. And the legs had a little bit more detail with the high-tech stuff. Second design is way more advanced. It doesn't have any more white. Oh, and the first design, the spider emblem, just like this one at the corners for the bottom legs are cut, so yeah. Second one has a little bit more detail, has less white, although it has them in more simplified places. It has a different kind of like shade of blue, it's like a turquoise. there's more red than white actually, and they're not split up. So yeah. The third design has a little bit more black at the torso bit. Like, not where the spider is, but near the torso bit. So, I guess that could be good, I guess. We'll try to make it a little bit look different. And the eyes are a little bit getting better. So yeah. Next one doesn't really have any black at all, and it has loads of red around the arms, under it. Has a little bit splitture between the red legs and all that. So yeah. Next one had a little bit a mixture of red, a little bit of blue, and it shows like how it's high tech and all that. Has more blue than the previous one with a little shades of black, and the eyes are a little bit different as well. They look more cartoonish, and yeah. Next design's pretty close to what we got. Only the mask has a hole in the side at the left, which kind of didn't really make sense. So yeah. Pretty close to what we got, and my friend's inviting me. God damn it. Oh, Liam, can I suggest one of my friends? You know who it is. Thanks. So guys, the Fortnite project will be on hold for a little while. Then I'll continue on after I've done all my Marvel Spider-Man 2 news, Spider-Verse 2 news, and way more than that. So yeah, okay. Next, so it's eliminated all blue. It has way more red under like the arms and all that, and it's more of a blackish design. Next one has no webbing on the mask. Has a little bit of hi. I'll be on Fortnite soon. I'm just making a quick video.
Hi.
It basically has a little bit of black near like the emblem on it, so that could also be good, but still. Next one has more of a high-tech mask, more red, and a little, and no black where the things were. Third concept, the mask is a little bit more black, open up, and then like, it has more blue in it, which I kind of like, because I guess that could be the coolest design. But I guess, like, yeah, it's a pretty good one. It has black morely around it, and yeah. Last concept is like it, but the spider emblem goes all the way down. Like, the normal spider emblem this one goes all the way down to the legs, and not just like the spider emblem. So yeah.
What time will you be on tomorrow?
Don't know, morning.
In the morning.
Probably morning, I don't know.
Then you have to wait like 7 hours or something until you can then like your thing. Depends what time you're up at. Right. Right.
Okay guys, another thing people usually talk about, for some reason I'm the only one that's talking about this, is the logo of the suit. Now, the logo's pretty important to identify that you are Spider-Man, and yeah, so there's a couple of concepts here. Some look like the Amazing Spider-Man, some are like the Spider-Verse, some are like Tobey Maguire's. One of them's pretty close to Tobey Maguire. Yeah, they all look pretty good, and I would say just keep the one, but make it a little bit different. We've went over the title, we've went over the plot, we've went over nearly everything. Oh, an option to, if we want our suit to be battle damaged or not damaged, would be also a good feature, showing what much you go through, then kick the enemies. Right, another thing that people really haven't been talking about, which is important, is the location that you're going to be in. The location that you're going to be in is pretty important, because if you don't, you'll just be like glitching out through the Logan. The reason why, oh, it was like a couple of days ago, I forgot, anyway. The location's pretty important. We need more Brooklyn, maybe. And it's pretty cool to think that we're going to be seeing Spider-Man PS5 sooner than we think, and we're going to be getting quite a lot of content, hopefully. So yeah, guys, what else?
Aye, on your tail then, right, watching a wee tiny screen.
Okay, there isn't really much more to talk about, but like, we've already went over some of the suits that should be added.
TV needs to charge.
More design likes that they're going to be using through it. Okay,
But
yeah. Here's the real question. Should they just make it a pre-orderable game, or should they sell it out in stores?
sell out in stores.
I know, because I couldn't download it when I pre-ordered it because I didn't have enough space, so suddenly I had to delete stuff. But the problem is, who am I kidding? We'll be able to beat the game and get like all the cool suits and all that. Another thing that people have not been talking about is the fact that this takes place near the time. This takes place, right, so Spider-Verse takes place April 8th, 2022. This game takes place game takes place either November or December 2021. The Avengers were stuck in the... what was it?
Finally.
They were stuck in the snap for 5 years. So let's just say the game comes out in December, and then 5 months later, or 4 months later, let's just say this game comes out November, we'll add 5 years would be April. That's a coincidence. And Avengers Endgame came out in April. That's a coincidence. So I'm going to guess that at the end of the game, you might not be able to play it because you might be sucked into like this wormhole, and that continues off the Spider-Verse story, which, in my opinion, is pretty cool. If we are getting a Spider-Verse, we should be able to play as the characters. We already got some characters like 2099, the Magniverse Spider-Man, Aaron Ackerman or whatever, the Spider-Verse suit, Tom Holland. So yeah, we've got quite a glimpse of loads. Damn it, my mic fell. We've also got Spider-Punk. And we've got quite a lot of Spider-Man. Right. Another thing that should be in the game, like, the ability to, like, I don't really know. Like, we need new combat moves. We need more gameplay. We need more levels. We need, like, what could, like, the swing kick techniques be? Like, we need new stuff like kick enemies while they're in the sky and all that. You know, it would actually be pretty cool. You could just kick them to a building and smash their backs or something. And I feel like suit customization would be good, because like then you could try to create the Spider-Man 3 suit. Like, right, they can either do this, they can make a separate game, or they can put Spider-Man PS4 to the PS5, and all your save data would go where, and then some point in the game, yeah, they would transfer their new game over to the old game and make a new chapter. But I feel like just putting the new game on the PS5 would be easier. Little to self, guys, I would either get the PS5 for Christmas or your birthday, because it comes out November 20th, 2020 next year, the PS5. But it will probably be more popular on other days as well, because people really can't afford... Oh, we've also got the Last Stand suit as a thing. I'm not trying to offend people, but most people can't really like afford the stuff in the same one day. I would just get it for Christmas or something. Hopefully we get more like new glimpses of suits and all that, because like they can't just end it off there. They're doing 3 more games. Then maybe they'll start off Miles chapter, Spider-Verse chapter. Maybe Miles is secretly just Miles from the Spider-Verse, but from like flashback. Liam, are you there? Like, see this suit here? It goes all the way down to the legs. And then at the back, which continues back up to the Spider emblem at the back. So, yeah. We've also got Spider UK, we've got Scarlet Spider, we've got loads of multiverse characters to talk about. Like, we've got so many that you can't really keep your head in from this game, because, like I say, this game is going to be one of the most popular games out there. And, like, no one can actually deny that. Because, like, Marvel Spider-Man 2 is going to be a pretty good game. And a pretty popular game as well. So, another thing that we should have, it's like the option to, as I've already said, you know, maybe do a crossover with games. I've not really saw that much. Like, do a crossover with the Avengers, tie into the third game. Okay, will Spider-Man be an Avenger? You need to tie that in with some sort of game. It's not that hard. That's the problem. There's not enough crossovers with Marvel Spider-Man. The only crossover I've saw is maybe Miles from Spider-Verse is like, maybe Miles from PS4 is the Spider-Verse one in disguise. But he doesn't want to tell Peter about what's actually been happening.
How can that be possible?
Because when does Spider-Verse even take place? The first movie.
2018 or something.
Aye, but
Set in real time.
well, let me check. Marvel Spider-Man was out September 7th, 2018. I'm gonna search up Google. When did Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse release?
Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse was released in the United Kingdom on the 12th of December 2018.
Right, I'm just going to make this clear then. Let's just say, right, I'm just going to say this. What if, at the end of Silver Lining DLC, you know how Peter's training Miles how to swing and all that? I know they wouldn't do this to spoil much, but what if he went into that portal and then it made him believe that this was his normal world, but just different? That could be a coincidence, a theory come true or something.
It doesn't really look like it would be, I'm just saying.
I know, but I don't. What actually did happen at the end? Did Miles break his back and die or something? Probably.
Nobody knows.
We need to wait till the second game for that, which is terrible because it's coming at 2 years from now. Another thing we need is new combat moves. Like, we need new power-ups. I've already talked about the title, but as usual, one character is either going to have to sacrifice himself, as usual, just so the other character can survive, go on to the next chapter of Marvel Spider-Man, and boom. So if Marvel Spider-Man 2 has something to do with the Spider-Verse, like, let's just say, him going into the Spider-Verse, and that could change the third game up. What if, like, Peter is stuck in the Spider-Verse from, like, 12 years or 10 years from now? Like, I would really like to see if the game actually happens and hopefully it doesn't get cancelled.
Like every other Spider-Man.
Like, if it does get cancelled, they should put it into Marvel Spider-Man. They should add more content for that, which can maybe tie in with the second story. Dodge! You disappoint me, enemy. Oh, crap. Oh, you were close, enemy. You really were. Oh, you were so close. But not close enough.
Look at it this way. If I'd actually let you break in, you'd be going away from...
Family Guy has a rip-off of the Grinch.
Right, do you know this guy says that this guy says that Spider-Man 5 was directed by Marvel Studios and that he had to face off Electro played by Tobey Maguire. Who made that?
I don't even know.
Spider-Man 5 isn't even a thing. Unless we realised all the stories tie in together. Another feature I kind of want in the game is to let Peter actually do stuff with like all the backpacks he's actually collected, like the Free the Sandman, like maybe use his prototype in advance. Use his classic web shooters if his old ones get.
Hey, my Mark 1 web shooters.
Battle damage.
Managed to improve the storage capacity a lot since then, but
Right, something tells me that all the games add up. That's what this YouTuber thought as well. All the games add up
not bad.
to...
That could be true.
Rejected costume designs. Not bad, but I think the White Spider was definitely the
It
way
could
to
be
go.
true, because like, if you remember, in the Amazing Spider-Man 2 game, there was a fight between Spider-Man and Shocker. What if we never got to see this scene where Peter picks up like a piece of his thing to actually identify what the suit was actually made of, and then maybe like see if he can make something of his own with it.
I keep on getting adverts about Xbox.
Ugh. Oh, I just get that waving. Is Logan still in the party? Aye. What was this crowd? Oh, what I do? Guys, look at this.
God,
A
I'm
web
getting,
zip.
like, the same Xbox
Bam!
advert that's the same for PlayStation.
Oh! Guys, look at this. Look at this. My name's Spider-Man. I'm 22 years old or something, and I'm addicted to breaking enemies' backs. Guess you could safe to say that Spider UK is porting to be the new Spider-Man.
Every two-bit
Oh
mugger
my
thinks
god,
he's
how
the
many
next Wilson
Xbox
Fisk.
adverts am I gonna
Well, they
get?
are going to jail, so
Where's someone else saved that photo? Okay guys, so it was the last day of school for us. We got out half an hour early and it's 5 days to Christmas, which is exciting. Yeah.
My Christmas special video, by the way.
So you guys, do you want me to say like that you're holding a special video and watch it when it's out?
No, I've said it.
Oh. Yep, guys. Remember, I'll probably be holding a secret video, which I've already told you is probably a opening Christmas present video. I really want the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man trilogy because there was one in thingy and it was Blu-ray, so I could watch it while I was on my PS4. No. What the? Another thing that I want in Marvel Spider-Man 2 is for these guys to pay respect for Steve Ditko, make that the 100% completion game, and make a trophy saying with great power comes great responsibility. That would seem pretty cool. So do that, because like, he gets no respect. He basically created Spider-Man with Stan Lee. Like, make a Stan Lee suit. They did that in the Amazing Spider-Man 1. Why not do it again? Game, not the movie. Even though he makes loads of cameos. I mean, hopefully they can edit him in the new Black Widow film that's coming out. Hope that's a feature.
An assault. I better step in. Is this the mosh pit? Great.
Wait, watch. I hate boots. Dang it, I want to throw him off the edge.
Love laying out bullies.
Oh. See, if I'm completely honest, you. See, if Spider-Man Web of Shadow was never made, they would probably just do that with Marvel Spider-Man 2.
Yeah.
Like, oh, what was their idea for the sequel to Spider-Man Web of Shadows? I know it was Spider-Man Classic, but I don't actually know what was the plot for it. I don't know if Mysterio was meant to be in it, so that kind of could tie in with the second game, and he was meant to be like a skull and all that, which would be so cool to see in reality, but... Huh! He attacked one of his own enemies. Classic. Whoa! You saw nothing. Oh. Whoa! Maya Mushindelu. Nani? Whoa! Why do I feel like I'm playing in the Silver Lining DLC? Even though I'm not. Wait a minute, here. Wait, can I just put the... Look how different the game looks in a minute. See, look how different that looks. See, with the mini-map, it makes the game look way different. It looks like way less cool. But it does kind of help, I guess, so yeah. Whoa!
And no more monkeys. I love a happy ending.
Wait, oh, nah, that's... Nah, off. No, my experience is way more better than that. Yeah, but... Whoa! Wait. Oh, you hit the ground. No, no. What? Oh, dang it. I always wanted to do, wouldn't it be nice? Wouldn't it be nice? Why am I always near the crimes anyway? Why is that? I want to be weird. Oh, yes. I wanted to cross over with games as a new feature, which kind of doesn't make sense, but it kind of makes sense to me. Okay, so
Wouldn't be New York without
come on! Use your ability!
Oh, come on, fellas. You can't keep ducking income tax like losers. Gotta catch up.
What does he start to go? No, no, no. Oh, oh, no. Oh, no, no, no. Catch in the car.
Get me off the jail. No reason. Nothing puts a pep in my step like halting an illegal drug deal. Police are on their way. And so am I.
Pause the game for a minute.
I'm back.
Okay.
Yum yum.
The hell was that?
Me?
Okay, I might as well just come in Fortnite. Peace.